Leeds virtually sealed a playoff spot with their 10th home win in a row. It took them just 15 minutes to take the lead against Tranmere at Elland Road. Robert Snodgrass's perfectly weighted pass was converted by Jermaine Beckford for his 32nd goal of an impressive season so far. Only visitors Tranmere had accumulated more points at home than Leeds prior to kick-off, but Simon Grayson's side surpassed their tally of 49 with victory. Neil Kilkenny made it 2-0. Tranmere, who occupy the last playoff spot, pulled a goal back straight from the kick-off. Gareth Edd's hopeful long ball forward was back-headed into his own net by on-loan Reading defender Sam Sodji, despite the efforts of keeper Kasper Ankergren. Leeds restored the two-goal cushion 11 minutes into the second half, and there was a touch of luck about the goal as well. Beckford's flick hit Luciano Becchio and went in to make it 3-1. Yeovil put a dent in Tranmere's promotion hopes by taking a point from Prenton Park. The visitors went ahead midway through the second half when Jonathan Obika scored the fourth goal of his loan spell from Spurs. Rovers and Scunthorpe will go head-to-head for the final playoff spot when they meet on the final day. Anthony Kay levelled with 12 minutes left to leave the Glovers without a win in 4 games.
Into League One, the playoff scenario in Coca-Cola League One is a mirror image of League Two. One place remaining and winner take all. This time it's Scunthorpe against Tranmere. Scunthorpe manager Nigel Atkins was born on Merseyside and played for Tranmere. So too Ronnie Moore. He's completing his 3rd season in charge of Prenton Park, and this is the best so far, with the big finish leaving them 1 game away from the playoffs.
We've had a great run. I think we've lost 2 in 10. I think 2 months ago we were 7 points adrift of Scunthorpe, and they had 2 games in hand. Now we're down to 2 points. Someone, I don't know what it is, but somebody always comes with a late run. Our form's good, and I honestly do believe that we're as good as anybody in this league. We've proven that. We've beaten Leicester, and they're the top side. We've had good points out of Peterborough. We've beaten Leeds. So, we're more than capable of going to Scunthorpe and winning. We're in the 7th spot. Look at all them teams who are above us. They're all big teams, and there's still big teams below us. So for our lads to be anywhere near a sniff, I think they've had an absolutely wonderful season. But we've got to make it a really brilliant one now. We've got that 1 step to go, and we need to win at Scunthorpe.
Have you overachieved then, would you say?
I think so. Expectations are, the start of the season, we want to be in the playoffs. I mean, everybody's ambitions are, can we get in the top 2? If you can't get in the top 2, can you get into the playoff positions? We've given ourselves a little chance, but you look at the squad we've got 18 senior pros and 4 kids. So for us to be anywhere near, I think, has been, absolutely wonderful achievement by the boys.
Is it just another game?
Well, on paper, it's just another game. We have to get that attitude into the players, really. We played Yeovil at home last week, and we were nervous. We had 8,500 in, and we didn't perform anything like we know we can. If you're a professional footballer, this is what the game's all about. If you can't handle that situation, I really shouldn't have to say too much to them. They should be up for it. I mean, I want to play. You're at the stage where you're excited, nervous, which everybody will be. But once that whistle goes, if you can't get out there and perform, roll your sleeves up, give a bit of blood, give a bit of sweat, and if on the day we aren't good enough, fine, but don't have any regrets. Don't go to Scunthorpe, fold, don't play, be nervous, and then, there's no second chance for you. This is it, the winner is going to take it all.
What a big game again in Coca-Cola League One, and this is the league you're going into, obviously, Andy. And some big clubs next season you're going to be up against, whoever stays down, and of course the 3 ex-Premier League clubs coming from the Championship. A big league.
It is, and it's a very much southern-based league as well, which is good for us, obviously. We can get some big crowds down to Griffin Park, but it's like Ronnie said there, anyone can come with a charge at the end, and the momentum's with them, but another big game. Yeah, and Scunthorpe, have possession. Is that crucial?
I think so, yeah. I think this result, just getting something out of this game is what they needed. And they got a very good, convincing and confidence-boosting win.
Paul Hayes, Cliff Byrne, he's first, and Henry Lansbury from Arsenal, that's the 3rd one, who's injured, but confidence booster as well.
Yeah, exactly. When you've got Hooper and Hayes, 50 goals between them in all competitions, you know you've got goals up there. They kind of fallen away a little bit, come back into it, but as I say, this game was massive. It's a little bit difficult, though, I would imagine, for the managers, really, because for Ronnie, he knows his team's got to win. With Nigel, a draw's enough, but how do you set that out? You can't set out for a draw because you're going to become very, very nervous. So I'd still rather be in Scunthorpe's position, though, no, without a doubt.
Do you think their Football League trophy run to the final did them no favours in the end?
No, I wouldn't say that. I'll say, I'm not one to say cup runs get in the way. I think as a player, and I would assume as a manager, you want those type of cup runs. You want to be playing at Wembley. He'd be, of course, disappointed they lost. But no, I think he'd be saying, right, that's in the past now. Let's look to the league. And it's in their hands. They just need a draw, and they're in the playoffs.
OK.
It's almost all decided in League One. Leicester and Peterborough are up. 3 of the 4 playoff places are already sorted, so the big game this weekend is at Glanford Park, where Scunthorpe and Tranmere do battle. A point will seal it for Scunny. Tranmere need all 3.
3 months ago, we'd have took this. I mean, we were miles away from them. I think at one stage we've been 7 points behind them. They've had 2 games in hand, and we've come at a tremendous rattle, and all to play for.
In Coca-Cola League One, there was one issue remaining at the top. Who would take the last playoff spot? Scunthorpe were in possession and Tranmere knew they had to win to take it from them. Peter Stevenson reports.
For Scunthorpe and Tranmere, it was a final game decider. 90 minutes to sort out that 6th playoff place. There was a carnival atmosphere at Glanford Park, but behind the smiles you knew nerves and nails would face a tough afternoon. Tranmere needed a win to leapfrog United. Scunthorpe knew a draw would be enough to take them a step nearer a second Wembley trip this season. After a tight, scrappy start, Tranmere began to dominate and deservedly opened the scoring. Ian Moore worked his way to the byline and crossed for Craig Curran to head in. Gary Hooper tried to shoot Scunthorpe back into the game. But a fine save by Josh Lillis from Steve Jennings, described as pivotal by Nigel Atkins, kept it at 1-0. Scunthorpe knew they needed a goal but couldn't break through. First Hooper headed over and blazed over when he looked certain to score. Then a final late twist. Gareth Edds received his 2nd yellow for this challenge. A harsh decision, said Ronnie Moore. Tranmere failed to reorganise in time for the free kick, and Scunthorpe skipper Cliff Byrne rose to head in a rare but crucial goal. The draw meant relief and delight for Scunthorpe, despair and frustration for Tranmere.
People say football is a cruel game. It's cruel today. But to get where they've got, to be in a position where we were playing 1 game away, 1 win away from getting to them playoffs, I mean, it's been a magnificent achievement by the players.
I don't know if they make any words up for a feeling like that when you know there's only 2-3 minutes left and you get the equalising goal that's going to put you in the playoffs. It's brilliant.
You're trying to have a calm presence on the sideline to say keep calm, we'll eventually get ourselves there, but when we score the goal, I mean, everyone is jumping up and down and people grab you, and I think it's that emotion at the end when all of a sudden the final whistle goes, that everyone's jumping up and down and you're kind of like dragged into it in respect of there's a weight off the shoulders, if you like, a little bit, because we've achieved something special this season already by getting to the playoffs, and now we've got to make sure that we go on and believe we can go and get ourselves promoted.
88th minute though, they got the goal. Cliff Byrne hardly scores ever for Scunthorpe. He's got 2 in 2. He wants to be known now, Robbie, as a free-scoring defender. That's what he wants to be called now.
Well, I'd be happy with scoring the goal that sent it, takes him to the playoffs.
Be remembered forever, won't he?
Yeah, my mate Ian was a bit gutted for him really, because it looked like Tranmere were going to get there. So, but no, it's a great ball in from McCann, and he's got that ability to put balls in like that, and he's attacked it well, and he's got the rewards for it.
Takes him into the playoff semi-finals. Could be back in the Championship.